Well, good morning, folks. It's a little lighter out now. The old Jeep Conestoga is warmed up. People starting to shovel their sidewalks and so forth. That's the sound of good wipers and a warm windshield. I'm finding the streets to be snow-covered and slippery. I have to go down here in South Portage this morning. A planned little business trip. Glad it's not any worse. I do have four-wheel drive. I'm in rear-wheel drive right now. I have that 70-pound tube of sand in the rear that I keep. We're going down a pretty steep hill right here. Doing this on purpose. Just seeing how everything is. With the schools being closed today, there's no buses on the street. Everybody's buttoned up. This person here is busting downhill pretty fast. I'd take that a little slower. Going up, you do feel some taxation, and right there she cut in. Snow covered and slippery. Sometimes there's taxation without representation. Whoa, that's a deep one there. Think about it. Get out here on the main Strasse. Yeah, you can see visible ice on the road as we pass the tornado siren. They did blare that off this past Saturday. I was not able to catch the event. It appears that there's been some sand laid here. You can tell by the color of the ice. I'm not at all using my brakes. My foot is off my brake. I'm just letting the momentum of my vehicle and the impulse drive, we'll call it, pulling out of out of the base, right? No pedal. I have to right there a little bit, but just take it nice and easy. No reason to spin your tires on ice. People plan an extra half hour or so to get into work if they're working today, which most will be. That is a hardship for many when the schools close, because the parents work. What do you do with your kids and you don't have vacation, or you just can't stay home unless there's prior arrangements with your boss? Home without pay to make sure that your children are taken care of. It's a big deal to have snow days. And when your kids are, 14, 15 years old and trustworthy and so forth, well, then snow day, go to work. But, when you have kids in elementary school, somebody's got to stay home. Maybe one day there'll be provisions for that, kind of like maternity leave or extra sick days because it's stay at home with your kid day. Probably some states have that. Heck, we might too, for all I know, but I've never heard of it. My daughter'd sure tell me. All right, let's see what's going on up here. Okay, again, just starting from a stop, everybody's spinning. At about 15 degrees below zero, ice is there. Salt does not work anymore. And right now we're at 13 indicated above zero with a 8 to an 11 mile an hour wind, bringing it down to about 5 below. But it's still iced up. And it's still snowing. It's going to all day and all night. Here's a look at I-94 looking westbound. A lot of headlights going slow. Now the only reason I'm going to take this little bit of this video is because we can't actually see the license plate on a Kia Soul ahead of me. I had a Kia Soul, a 2013, a brand new one, a black one. It was an Eco Soul. Had a little button you could push that would, we'll just say, slow the engine down, take a little pistonage out of there or something. We all know what it did. Anyways, it would turn it to like a 1.1 liter and get you about 40 miles to the gallon. It also have automatic shut-off. When you would stop at a stoplight, the engine would turn off, and as soon as you'd release the brake pedal, she'd start back up again very quietly, and away you'd go. I love that little car, and I'm telling you what, I put that 70-pound tube of sand, same one that I'm carrying in my Jeep right now, in the back of that Kia. And we had a real bad winter that winter of 2013, 2014. And it was much worse than this. Foot of snow on the ground. And then it stormed again. So a lot of snow. There were people in pickup trucks getting stuck. 4-wheel drives. And I got out. Now, I didn't turn off into unplowed parking lots and things like that. But everything was closed. All the fast food restaurants, the grocery stores. It was unbelievable. The stores were having to get plowed out specially just so they could get one entrance open so people that were able to get out could get into the grocery store. And I'm out floating around this Kia Soul. Straight from the bottom of Howard Street Hill all the way to the top. There were cars to the left and the right, all in the ditch, abandoned. There were cars that couldn't make it around there, 4-wheel drive pickup trucks. And I went right around them and floated right up to the top of the hill and on home. It had a traction control that once your tires began to spin, you just let off on the gas completely. And you let the vehicle, through a little light on the dash, tell you when to add power. And you just couldn't get hung up. Well, you could, you know, if you really had to want to, but man, I loved that car. Had nothing like it or since in just front wheel drive that would do something like that. And so there they go, right there around the corner. My hat's off to you little Kia Soul owners. I hope that you have those same options. I'm sure they do. But I'm not saying for everybody to go out and buy a Kia Soul right now and take it up into the UP and think you're going to be fine up there. You would be for about a third of the driving, mainly summer. And I'm not making fun of that. The UP is a whole nother animal. I lived up there for just over 4 years. I can tell you all about it. In the western UP, at the base of the Keweenaw, where it really comes blowing in. Tell you all about those 2-foot snowfalls. They don't even report much of that. It's like, what do we got? We got 28 overnight. All right. Everybody's at work. What's the temperature? It's only 17 below, but it's going to get a little chillier. The wind's going to pick up here. Going to be about 25 below before noon. That was common. And I'm not making light of that. Those Yoopers are a whole nother animal, you could call it. You have to be tougher than nails to live up there. And there are people that I met up there from all nationalities. It's not just a Northern European thing. And everybody's up there. Some people can take it and some people can't. And some go up there just for the summer. And then they winter down in the Keys in Florida. I met them too. But no, I stayed there. And now I'm down here into this one. Much, much better conditions. The skiing slopes and the people who own them are very happy. And those that use them too. $3.17 a gallon, went up a little bit. It's very nice that the sanding trucks have been through here. They've thrown some salt too. But I just tested it here a second ago. There was nobody behind me. And this is ice. And it's still coming down on it. I'm more than 100 meters from the red light. I'm completely off the gas. Completely just letting the vehicle slow down on its own without brakes. We're on ice. Brakes mean slide. I just put a little gas in it right there to start, and I was turning them over. Right back. Come one of the City of Portage vehicles right now. It's a salt shaker. Comes a plow and a shaker. There's a snow pup. There's times you can't even get that out of your garage. We may see that here shortly. Just went through some unplowed snow back there on the corner. I hope that these trucks here will get that. Yeah, it was something that a person could easily get stuck in. You see a lot of snow plows out today. Personal plows like this individual here go around 100, 150, 250 to plow you out. A place like this, they'd have that all handled through a contractor. But your own home or small business, one shot, 150. Comes another one right here, couple behind it. All independent guys out and gals. They put their plow on their pickup truck in the wintertime and go out and make a few bucks. You can't blame them. Comes another one right here. Nice V-plow on that one. All right, be right back. Right on that corner that you see the stuck semi on the Walgreens, that used to be Truesdale's Chapel of the Pines. It was a large funeral home back in the day. Very interesting. More snowplows. See, these are just small piles here in this parking lot, the grocery store. It's really nothing. This whole area that I'm in out here, and the whole area that you see over there where that portable parking lot is, and a couple of smaller snow piles, that'll be mountains before the end of the season. You won't even know that there was parking out there. This will all fill up. And some years, we hardly have any snow at all. Isn't that crazy? It kills the ski areas, ice fishing and so forth, snowmobiling, except up in the UP. Yeah, just not the UP. Northern Michigan, they get their dose as well. Once you get pretty much south of Cadillac, it's over. We used to have snowmobiles, neighbors, snowmobiles and everything back in the 60s and the 70s. And all of a sudden, the winters just weren't here anymore. The 80s and 90s, here and there, and then we get some really good winters. And they've come back. It has gotten a bit better. And I think we're going to have I know we're going to have a whale of a winter this year. This is the tip of the proverbial iceberg. You got to watch those proverbial icebergs. I'll be back in a minute. This used to be Shakey's Pizza back in the day. They had a player piano in there. And it turned into Pappy's Pizza, which was a Mexican-American restaurant. Quite a place. And now it is the Grand Traverse Pie Company. Yep. This building back in the 60s was a shoe company. They sold lots of shoes. I want to say it was Kinney Shoes, but I can't remember. Over here was a gas station. There was a Ramada Inn, a large Ramada Inn and everything, and that's all gone. They put a Hooters back there, a Gander Mountain, built some other things out here. Sorry about the focus. And that's all gone except for the Steak and Shake and the gas station, the Admiral Station on the corner. Yeah, now there's other things over here. Used to be just a swamp when this was a 2-lane road. I was a boy. No kidding. Here's a big decision. Like in the cartoon, which way do we go? Which way do we go? I'm going for the good dogs and pizza. I'm heading west. This is real icy. I'm completely drifting around that curve right there. It was a controlled drift, but I was drifting. Still in 2-wheel drive. This is solid ice right here. The highway, well, it looks alive tonight. Where the people are going, nobody knows. I'm just gonna sit down there in that campfire light, waiting for the ghost of you-know-who. That's right. Old Tom Joad. Hey, Tom. You'd like to be slipping along here, brother. This is something that can go without being said. The main traffic right here, this is ice. You see the little glare on the road? Okay. That is ice, my friends. I'm about to pull right off over here. You're just drifting. You're not actually using your steering wheel. You're more drifting over. You have control. Very little pedal involved. Very little pedal. The oncoming traffic is traveling at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. I'm going 36. I have no pedal, just letting the vehicle slow down on its own as we go uphill here. This is all ice. The vehicles behind me are giving me plenty of space, so I give those ahead of me. I have no pedal, no brake. I'm just letting her slow down. I'm slowly applying the brake. And I am sliding right now. And now I've stopped. All right.